Namaste to all you cosmic souls and welcome to your reading today. In today's reading, we are going to be focusing on your career growth and how you can step it up. We are going to check out 5 important lessons or guidance messages of growth that can help you release, re-energize, and grow to your highest potential. These 5 messages will be shared with you in the pick a card portion. We will first check in with the current energies of where your career is and what's going on with that energy in your present state of mind, present state of heart, present state of energy on a whole. So let us see what the energies have to say for you with regards to your career or anything else that needs to show up. First, we have the Sun card. So what is the Sun card saying to you? It's literally the sun, the light. It's trying to come out of you. It's trying to show up like the orange I'm wearing. It's trying to just bring itself out of you. The light is trying to come out, and the messages will be with regards to growth, as in how to show your light to the world. And how to show your light to the world will start with the Mother of Cups. So the energy moves along how you look at your career. Do you look at it with arrogance? Do you look at it, I'm not happy here? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Something doesn't feel right. Or do you look at it with compassion, with love, with kindness? Do you treat your career like the Mother of Cups would? That is the question being asked to you at this moment of time. We next have the Lover's card. What is the Lover's card talking about here? Let us see in what context this Lover's card is coming to us today. Why is the Lover's card showing up? Is there something that we need to know with regards to this? We have the Two of Swords reversed and the Lover's card. There's something that you are not accepting with respect to love. Maybe there's something that needs to be opened up. Maybe you need to open up to love a little more. Maybe self-love is important at this point of time for you to grow, because your career is based on you. How you look at your career revolves around how you look at yourself as well. Correct? And if at all this is talking about relationships, because we have the number 2 twice, we have 2 birds and we have 2 swords, and these 2 swords are kind of covering up the sun. So what is that saying to you? Saying that you're not completely letting yourself allow this love to come through, because the sun is being covered by these 2 swords. Where are the 2 swords? The 2 swords are here. Too many cards in my hand. So these are the 2 swords, right? Too many cards in my hand. Exactly. You're having too many things to think about, too many things to do, too many actions. And do you see how my hands are moving? A bit frustrated, like, oh my God. A bit all over the place kind of energy. And when this all over the place kind of energy is coming in, how exactly do you look at looking at a relationship and looking at your career? They are 2 different things. How you treat your career is very different from how you treat your relationships. And when they come together, you are still looking at them completely differently. And that is important. That is important because it requires a clear-cut differentiation or a difference. The something more that I need to say to you? Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. When the 10 of Cups shows up, it talks about emotional maturity. It talks about emotional fulfillment. It talks about your emotional quotient being completely fulfilled. So, where does your emotional quotient lie? How much are you in touch with your emotional quotient? What are the things that you need to leave behind? What are the things that you need to release in order to find that light, that sun inside of you? That is one of the main things we are going to look at when we look at your 5 lessons for career growth. So let's tap into the pick a card portion of today's reading. Take your time to intuitively choose which cosmic pile you are drawn to. That pile will have those 5 important lessons for you. And let me tell you now, the 3 piles have quite a lot of different energies. So allow your intuition to choose. Namaste to all you cosmic souls and welcome to your pick a card portion for today's reading. Let us see the 3 cards we are going to pick for today. This is the 5 tips for your career growth. So these are the 3 cards. Let us first find our 3 crystals for today's reading. Just going to close my eyes and pick randomly for 1, 2, and 3. Pile number 1. You have your path alone with the rose quartz Buddha palm stone. All of the products you see are currently on sale for the 11/11 Ascension sale. You can check out my website. The descriptions box has all the details to it. Cosmic Pile 2, open your mind. With the amethyst moon. Pile number 3. We have one faithful friend with the smoky quartz tumbler. Take your time to pick the card that you resonate with the most. Namaste, Cosmic Pile 1, and welcome to your reading today. You have chosen the beautiful rose quartz Buddha along with the card Your Path Alone. So this card in itself is talking about success and growth. Realizing that you can do whatever you need to do by yourself. Because you are the queen bee. You have worker bees to work for you. Alright? So this is the main message from this card. We have 5 tips for your career growth that we are going to tap into right now. So let us see what your first tip is. We keep it on this side. Your first tip, starting with the 3 of Pentacles, teamwork. Exactly what we spoke about with your path alone. We have Three of Pentacles. We have integrate your knowing. We have re-evaluation, a change of heart with the eclipse in Taurus. We have success 100% and compromise. This is for your first lesson. So what is this lesson talking about? It is talking about forming a team to work with you and how this team can help you grow. Because as we can see here, you are the main queen bee. And you need worker bees to get things done right on time for you while you oversee the tasks that are being processed. Correct? Everything that you know, bring it into this process. Apply what you know. Apply the things that you feel will work. Apply the things that you know will work. And bring that into this teamwork. If something is not working or you feel differently about something, even if it is working, you may still want to change a few things. So reevaluate and see how you can make it better. And explore options, see if something else works for you rather than what is working for you now. See if that can help you grow further. Or see if something is not that. If it's not going to help, then you don't have to look at it as such. Right, that is right, correct. So what exactly are we seeing here? I feel like with the certain compromises that you may have to make with the people in your team, because you're going to be working with people and their thoughts, their needs and everything else needs to align with yours. And some compromises have to be made. So even if you feel like something may work, another person's opinion also matters. And bringing that together may require you to reevaluate certain things. And that is the thing, that is the main thing that is going to bring you towards success. So integrate your knowing also could state that integrate your opinions with your team's opinions to see what could work for you in the best way possible. All right, so that is your first message. Let us now move to your second message. Secondly, we have the Six of Pentacles. You, the muse. Regeneration, stand firm in the eye of the storm with the eclipse in Scorpio. Celebration and traveling. So now let us see what your second tip for your career growth is. With the Six of Pentacles, what we see is that everything is kind of coming together and how all of the little puzzle pieces are being joined together in order to create abundance for you. Okay? It's like one step at a time. And what is this main pentacle I want to see? The main pentacle is you and your inspiration. It's time to kind of go back and understand why you started what you are doing today. Because something has inspired you. And what helps you grow is you. You inspiring yourself will help you grow more and more. With regeneration, you are regrowing. So once you reflect and go back, why is it that I began? What was the reason that I began? And take that as your foundation as you regenerate this into something bigger and something better. You may have to travel to find that inspiration within yourself. Sometimes you need that external inspiration in order to find your growth, to find your standing, right? So maybe traveling is in the cards for you. Maybe not now, maybe in the summertime, or maybe when the sun is out. Something about the sun is there, but I also see a lot of dark clouds. So I'm not sure what exactly that could mean for you, but it definitely means abundance because we have a very strong number 8 here. So this traveling and inspiration, creating an inspiration within yourself, you being your own inspiration, is all a cause for celebration and all a cause of growth. So your second message, guidance message for your career growth, is you learning to inspire yourself from your experiences, your travel experiences, your experiences on a whole, and how you can bring your experience all together and use all of that to create something bigger and something better. So this was your second message. Let us now move to your third message. For 3, we have the Devil card. We have Rise. We have Sun in Aquarius, which is talking about opportunities and creating opportunities for yourself mostly. We have Trust. And we have Beyond Illusion. So what is your third message? Oh my God, I completely understand it. Amazing. So with the Devil card, we see that sometimes you may be tempted to do certain things. Okay? Your mind or circumstances or your surroundings could very possibly create illusions in your mind that may manipulate your decisions towards certain things, right? And how you take this up is extremely important to you, right? Rather than your mind manipulating your decisions, you need to rise up from that. Rise up from the illusion that is being created, because all that you are about to create is beyond illusion. It's beyond what you can see from the naked eye, and you will mostly feel it inside of you. It will be an inner feeling, and you have to trust this inner feeling, because you will be uncertain of what's going to happen next. But that doesn't mean that you get caught up in that illusion and sit with it. Rather, rise up from this illusion mindset and grow from there. Trust your free fall. Fall without knowing where you're going to fall. Fly without knowing whether you're going to fly or you're going to fall. But you need to trust in yourself for you to first of all be able to do that. And that in itself will create a really big opportunity for you. Change is scary. It says readiness to change here. Okay? And change a lot of times, most of the times, can be scary. But change is what creates the opportunity for you. Correct? So, to move towards this opportunity that you want to create for yourself, you need to bring about a newfound trust for your uncertain experiences. A newfound trust for uncertainty in itself. So, your third guidance message for your career growth is to trust your inner guidance towards the uncertainty. Move beyond illusion, rise up from this illusion, and allow yourself to move forward as you trust your free fall. So, this important message was your third message for career growth. Let us now move to the fourth message for you. We have the Knight of Wands. Wow. I was just about to giggle when I saw this, and it says, fill your cup with sacred giggles. How on point is that, right? And then we have two cards falling out from this deck. Befriend the word polarize. Interesting. We have eclipse in Aries with collaboration. Okay, this is somewhat connected to your first message. We have innocence and we have suppression. All right. Okay. So the Knight of Wands is the fastest card towards taking action. It's like I'm ready to take the action. And, maybe you or your friends or somebody around you, the people around you are like, yes, let's go, and, beating the drums, and you're like, just getting ready for the big action taking steps. So that support is coming through for you to take the action. Your happiness is important for your growth. And happiness is a state of being, no matter where you are, no matter how you're feeling, right? Because healing is a constant process. You cannot be happy and smiling every day, but you can be aligned with the process of healing. That in itself is happiness. So giggle a bit, find something to laugh about. Maybe go for a stand-up comedy show and see if that's kind of your thing and see if that kind of interests you. Befriend the world with the word polarize. So opposites attract, right? You don't always have to go with only what you like. Sometimes something that you absolutely don't like may actually align with your direction. And you will not know unless you think about it, you ponder upon it, and you try it. And I feel like this will be brought to you by somebody else, maybe your team, maybe people you are working with, right? And in a lot of ways, that will help you move forward. But what you need to understand with that, you're collaborating with different people and different ideas will require some compromises. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. So teamwork requires compromise. We also saw that in your first message about teamwork, working with the team and making compromises, aligning everybody's thoughts together. So this is also saying that, bring everybody together and maybe somehow a completely different approach that may not match your mindset but may match your team members' mindset will actually boost the action. You need to look at it from a more transparent mind rather than creating a judgment based on what the other person has to say. Rather, look at it and just look. Say, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. And then we move to suppression. So don't suppress your emotions. Don't suppress what you're feeling. Rather, release it. So you can fill your cup with sacred giggles. Release it. Talk about it. Maybe your team members are actually people you can talk to. Maybe this team is talking about family and not your career team. Whether it's a business or whether it's a work line that you work for whatever form of work that you do, find your meaning in this. Okay, see how it resonates with you, because if you're suppressing yourself, you won't be able to give your 100%. So your fourth message here is talking about releasing, attempting new ideas and exploring new ideas that may not resonate with you but may work for you, and to listen to other people and also talk about what you need to release. So that was your fourth message. Maybe write it down if it's, you may want to remember it and actually work on it actively. Your fifth message, we have the Seven of Wands. Fearless expression. The now. Changes. We have three. We have Moon in Gemini, indecision. Okay, that's why we have the Seven of Wands. All right, understood. We have the Fool and we have consciousness. I mean, I think just reading these cards, it all just comes together. With the Seven of Wands, when you're unable to make a decision, when you're unable to, say that this is what I need to do, you're really indecisive about what direction that you need to take. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I try another career path? What should I do? I'm confused. So that is the time you need to take for yourself. Sit with yourself. See how you really feel about this. Fearlessly express first to yourself, not anybody else, about what you think about it. What are your honest thoughts about this decision of direction that you need to take? How do you feel right now? And are there any changes that you want to make, not only with your career, but also in your inner self, in your inner being? Are there certain boundaries that are not actually helping you and you need to release them and recreate them? Maybe. Right? That is something that you need to ponder upon, because this journey is going to be a new one for you. So make conscious changes, make conscious choices, sit with yourself, breathe, and fearlessly express yourself to you. Not how you felt before, not how you think you feel, or not how you think you want to feel, but how you actually feel right now. So basically, your fifth and final guidance for career growth is to check in your current space, your current state of mind, and see, are you in alignment with yourself? Are there any changes that you want to make? And is there anything on a whole that you want to do? Do you want to stay on this path with respect to how you are feeling? Is this choice the right one for you? And should I stay or should I go? So let us now review all your 5 messages. Okay? Your first one spoke about teamwork, having a team, integrating what the team thinks along with what you think, and make compromises with respect to the decisions that you have to take take in account your team as much as your opinion. Your second message was to find an inspiration within yourself, to see what inspires you and how you can really use that, to reflect back on how you began and regenerate your path according to that. Your third message was to rise beyond illusion and trust the free fall that you are about to take to create new opportunities in your life by creating small, tender changes that may affect you big time in the long run. Your fourth message was to release any suppression by talking, by burning, by dancing, by moving, so that you are able to laugh and celebrate and enjoy and look at things from a more transparent mind and a more neutral ground. Your last and final guidance message was to check in with yourself and see how you really feel right now. Thank you so much, pile number 1, for tuning in. I really hope that this takes you in the direction for your career growth. For any more depth in your career reading or even any other questions that you may have with respect to life, you can book a reading with me personally, and we can dive a lot deeper into your current and present energies. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. It was really lovely to read for you, Cosmic Pile 1. Sending you lots of love and lots of light as always. Namaste. Namaste, Cosmic Pile 2, and welcome to your 5 guidance messages for career growth. You chose the smoky quartz, which I think is related to how exactly you absorb the negativity and release it on your own. You're most probably a very self-healing person, and you tend to do things on your own, and also you're very focused about keeping yourself protected and how much you share things with other people. And this is what I'm intuitively receiving from your pile. One faithful friend. This could be talking about you, or it could be talking about one faithful friend. It can also be an animal, can be a guardian angel or spirit guide, or be a physical person who you connect with and who's very real with you. I feel like they're very, sometimes they may come off as rude. Sometimes they may come off as, they say things on your face, it is as it is. Just say it as it is. And that person is that one faithful friend to you. Again, this could be talking about you as well. Now let's see how this moves in conjunction with your 5 lessons for career growth. Okay, let us start. Your first lesson starts with death and rebirth, balance, believe in yourself with the moon in Aries, control, guidance, and friendliness. That one faithful friend. After looking at all of these cards, I feel like you are the person you need to trust the most. Right now, I feel like there's a lot in your shadows that is currently happening, right? So you're working deeply with your shadow self. Makes sense with the smoky quartz actually, as you connect with the darkness to release it and find your light. But you also accept your darkness, right? You accept your shadows because only then will you be able to release them. And that is very important for you to do. With the balance card, you again see that you're balancing the dark and the light within yourself. You're accepting that you are the creator and the destroyer. You make the biggest decisions for your life. You are the decision maker of your life. You are the pilot of your plane. You take your life, where you want to take it by the choices that you are making, consciously or unconsciously. It takes courage to believe in yourself. But believing in yourself, with the courage that you have the power to transform. You see, a butterfly is a very, very high significance of transformation. And with death and rebirth, it can't get even more clearer, You're transforming, you're coming out of your cocoon, becoming yourself even more and more as you start to realize your creator and destroy yourself, the balance, the light and the dark. You're finding control of your life. I feel like I'm getting a very chariot vibe from this card. You are taking control of the decisions that you make in your life. You're using the guidance from your spirit animals and your guardian angels and your spirit guides, that one faithful friend, whoever that is, even if that is yourself, or if that is a tarot reader or your hypnotherapist or your Akashic reader, in whatever form of way, a counselor, a mentor, right? It could even talk about them. Now, they could also be playing a very big role in the guidance steps towards creating your reality. I'm just going to take a sip of water, so this is a reminder for you to take a sip of water too. So, your first message here is to find that balance, using that guidance, and understanding that you are the creator and the destroyer of your life. That's a very, very intense first lesson, but maybe this had to come through first, so you are prepared to listen to the rest. So now let us move to your second lesson, or second form of guidance for career growth. We have the Queen of Cups. You're like the master of emotions, I think. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Talk about mastering your emotions and being the master of emotions. Contentment, a chance to boost health and vitality, leads to satisfaction. Nothingness. And the Fool. So, this is something that you have to really work on. Considering we have the Fool, this is something that you have to start working on if you haven't already. Okay? In order to be satisfied with yourself and be happy with yourself, you need to find what gives you that happiness. And if you are able to understand your emotions to start with, because you do have a lot of emotions, but the grounding is required for you to really be able to, first of all, understand these emotions, and second, to really harness the power of these emotions and use that to guide you. But right now, what I feel is happening is the overthinking is happening, and over-analyzing, over-planning is happening. And instead of that, maybe just tone it down a little bit. Plan what needs to be planned. Let everything else flow. Feel your emotions. Balance your emotions, but don't overdo it. I can't say what overdoing means at this point, because I'm yet to understand your energy. And maybe a personal reading will bring you deeper into understanding you, your emotions, and yourself. So, if you'd like that, you can always book one with me. But right now, what I see is that you need to really learn how to harness these emotions and understand how these emotions are affecting you. Moving into a state of nothingness will really help you with this. Obviously, moving from overthinking to nothingness is a big transition process. If you expect to do it in 1 day or 2 days, it's not going to happen. I'm going to be real with you. But what is going to take you there is enjoying the process of moving from overthinking to nothingness. It can take 3 months, it can take 6 months, it can take over a year, maybe more. But you need to be prepared for it. You need to tell your mind that I want to enjoy the process and I know the result will come. So, your second lesson is to sit with your emotions and enjoy the process of understanding and harnessing your emotions in order to create a content state of mind and a content state of being. So, this was your second lesson. Let us now see what your third lesson is. We have the Six of Cups. Find your sacred flow. A change in your emotional life with Moon and Scorpio. I think your cosmic pile too, you guys are transforming a lot, because from the beginning we've been talking about transformation and emotional growth, right? Maturity. See, you see that? I was not even looking at the card when I said emotional growth. So, emotional maturity with the Thunderbolt. Heavy transformation. Really, your first lesson prepared you for all of these lessons. Your first lesson was like the main, and these are all subsets to really understand that first lesson. With the Six of Cups, you were here once. You were that little child with your puppy. You and your puppy really connected with each other, really understood each other. And that emotion has grown into you becoming your adult self and that puppy becoming a dog. And that friendship, maybe it is an animal, that magical friendship was your emotional growth, was your emotional success, was your emotional maturity. So find your sacred flow in how you understand this. Because you know the process that you went through over here. You need to reflect back and understand that process. Because that was your sacred flow. That was how you moved. And another person may not particularly understand that, but you do, because that's what you went through and that's what you experienced, correct? So, your emotional life is really changing as you mature, as you transform, as you become this new self. And you may feel a lot of things changing, the way you look, the way you feel, your lifestyle habits, you releasing people from your life, cutting cords. I am just releasing a lot of sexual partners. I don't know why. Maybe that may resonate with some of you, but I feel like sexual partners or old relationships that may have created a deep wound in your heart, you're starting to release that because you feel like you may not even know that they've created certain walls in you, and you've started to really, really release them. And as you've started to release them, is when this emotional change and emotional maturity is coming into your life, which is, I can't even tell you how beautiful this looks. It's so beautiful to be able to see you grow like this. I know I don't know you, but there are tears in my eyes just observing the changes that you have been through. And remember that you are always there for you. I was going to say I'm always here for you, but you know what? You are always there for yourself. You are there for yourself at each point of growth that you have been in, right? And you need to pat yourself on the back. You need to pat yourself on the back. You need to do it right now because you deserve it. So that was your third lesson. Find your sacred flow and what really helps you with that growth. Now, let us move to your fourth lesson for career growth. So, what I'm seeing for your career growth is a lot of changes in your emotional state of mind and changing your being, yourself, so that your career can grow. For your fourth lesson, we have the Page of Swords. You are magic. Absolutely. Work diligently towards your goals. You need to start setting your goals and working towards them. Past lives and beyond illusion. There are certain ideas that you have. There are certain things that you just know. And these things that you know, these ideas that you know, write them down because they are going to be a part of your final destination. You are magic. You are made of magic. Magical energy surrounds you. And this magical, beautiful, amazing energy is actually what is guiding you, is giving you these ideas. And your past lives have taught you so many things, so many experiences. You may not understand where you're getting these ideas from because you never heard it anywhere, you didn't read it anywhere. You read something and you get an idea related to that, but you don't know where it's even coming from. It's because you have had this idea in the past. You need to understand that you are magic, and these ideas are going to really prosper if you work diligently towards them. You may not always be able to understand where this is coming from, but you need to trust your ideas. You need to trust in yourself. You need to trust that you are magic. So your fourth lesson is to trust the ideas that are coming towards you and really allow them to help you grow. Allow them. Allow. And now, let us move to your last and final lesson, your fifth lesson. Two of Wands. Feed your artist. Prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. Personal growth with the moon in Taurus. Trust, aloneness, and innocence. I think for your last lesson, it is for you to understand where you actually came from. Because in order to gain that prosperity, you need to find happiness and joy. Correct? And in order to find this happiness and joy, you need to start boosting your self-esteem, personal growth. finding what gives you the confidence to be you, finding what gives you the confidence to grow. How do you want to be in order to like yourself, in order to start liking yourself, for starters? Liking the space that you are in. Feed your inner artist, because your inner self has some creativity. It wants to explore something. So feed it. If you've never tried painting and you've wanted to paint all your life, explore that. If you've never had flings and that is something that you've always wanted to just explore, do that. Feed your artist. Feed your exploration. Feed your creativity. I'm just giving you random examples that are coming through. So it may resonate to some, it may not to some. So take it only as it resonates. Okay? Don't force any guidance on yourself. You need to trust the process that you are moving in. And sometimes you're going to be alone in your journey until you find yourself. And again, I'm going to repeat what we repeated in lesson number 4, I think. Lesson number 3, that you are always there for you. And you need to believe in that. You need to trust that. You need to allow that. You need to bring that into the surface, onto the surface, and really breathe and be with all that it is. With innocence, we have going back to yourself, meeting yourself all over again, so that you can look at where exactly you want to go, where exactly you want to reach. If you want to travel, where do you want to travel? Figure all of that out so that your life can begin for real. Your deep transformation requires this. So for lesson number 5, we have feed your artist, build your self-esteem, and find what makes you happy and joyful. So basically find yourself and grow yourself. Focus on your personal growth for your career to grow. Now let us just review all the 5 lessons that we have been through. Starting with lesson number 1, we have death and rebirth, a very big transformation, checking in with your light and dark so that you can really take control of your life. The second lesson was to learn to harness your emotions and how to use your emotions to guide you, and find that guidance, find the space of clarity and nothingness, and mostly enjoy the process of moving towards overthinking to nothingness. The third part is about emotional maturity. You know your flow, and somebody else's flow may not work for you, so you need to find the flow that works for you. Your fourth lesson was harness your ideas and make them your reality. You may not always understand where they are coming from, so trust them anyway. Your last and final lesson is to focus on your personal growth, to really focus on your career growth. I saw 2222 in the recording machine. Wow, you have some deep transformation happening in order for your career growth. And I really love that you are being called to tap in and do some shadow work along with light work and bring them into a balance. Absolutely lovely. I really loved and enjoyed reading your really deep and intense reading. I really hope that you resonated with it. If you want to dive a bit more deeper into your personal career path, or anything else for that matter, any questions on life, you can book a reading with me on the personal front. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today, Cosmic Pile 2. Sending you so much love and so much light as always. Namaste. Namaste, Cosmic Pile 3, and welcome to your reading for today, your 5 lessons for career growth. You have chosen the Amethyst Moon, which kind of tells me you are very connected to your inner intuition and inner guidance. Obviously, Amethyst already covers all of that, but with the moon, I also see that you have that energy of the divine goddess in you, which you are yet to awaken, is what I see with Open Your Mind. I feel like there are a lot of new ideas that are trying to come up, but you are yet to see them. So let us see how to create that career growth with the 5 lessons that are here for you today. For your first lesson, we have judgment, release of judgment, shift the way to new potential, collaboration, integration, and comparison reversed. Okay, I'm just telling you that it came reversed. I usually only read it upright. So now, actually today I'm feeling called to read it only upright. But I will talk about what the reversed means as well. You have a lot of things within you, ideologies within you, that are yet to be released. And ideologies in the sense that they have created very strong opinions inside you, right? And these things need to be shifted bit by bit. And these shifts will create a spiraling change for you. And what can cause this spiraling change would probably be collaborating with people. We have boost relationships through teamwork and compromise with the eclipse in Aries. So compromise and teamwork, which can talk about talking to people and opening your mind to understanding what other people are trying to say. Because of your strong opinions, a lot of things may not be able to even come through. I feel like maybe you are judging the another person's idea based on your own. But you need to look at them more separately to you, because you cannot compare you and them. Both of you are completely different individuals. Rather than looking or comparing it, integrate both of these ideas to see how they both can work together to give you a much more higher, potentially energetic and more prosperous way of looking at it, right? So release these strong opinions, release these judgments that you have made, and look at the ideas that are coming through with an open mind, so that you can shift the way to new and better and more bigger potential energy by just integrating these ideas together, collaborating with other people's ideas rather than just your own. So that was your first lesson or guidance message for career growth. Let us now look at your second lesson. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Now. Have your negotiation and relationship skills. Hone. Okay, harness. With the Sun in Gemini, which talks about communication. Schizophrenia. This usually talks about balance and indecisiveness, or creating strong decisions while creating balance at the same time. And the last is healing. Okay. So, from this, what I'm able to receive is that you have been hurt in the past, and the way you speak to people, the way you communicate, the way you share what you know, the way you have been negotiating or communicating in your relationships are coming from that hurt space. So there is healing required, because right now you are a different person, right? You have, of course, grown to learn from those experiences. And now it's time to really heal yourself. I feel like it's an overall healing, and once you start healing your heart space, it will spread everywhere else, and you will want to automatically heal the rest of your body. All right. So you need to awaken these chakras, open up your energy centers for more potential growth. And communication is one of the most important things in your career, which means that releasing these past hurt circumstances, take the lesson with you, take the experience with you, but release the baggage that comes with it. So you've taken the learnings and now you're harnessing it in today's communication skills and what you have to say today. You're finding that balance between the then and the now, so that you are able to communicate clearly. And healing is very essential at this time for that very process. So, your second lesson is talking about healing any past circumstance which may have put you in a certain situation that really will help you communicate better. Actually, those were lessons to help you heal and help you communicate. Of course, you have built a few walls around you that have created you communicating from that hurt space. So now that you know this, let us try healing that hurt space and just taking the lesson with you so you can harness this lesson and use it in your communication skills. So that was your second guidance for your career growth. Let us now move to your third lesson. We start with the Four of Wands. External validation, growth, success after a setback, the burden, and patience. So what I'm able to see here is that something is really coming together for you. This is exactly what this card is saying. Growth, success after a setback, especially this eclipse energy that we just recently had, is creating a very strong effect for you. And harnessing that eclipse energy is creating your new boundaries. You have learned from these setbacks on how to grow. You will receive a lot of external validation as you move towards this success. But that does not mean that you depend or you start depending on this external validation to move forward. There have been times where you have had to take other people's load as well. But now it is coming to a point of release where you will be able to stand on your own and not have to depend on others on how they see you or how they say things about you. Rather, you have found that inner patience, or your third lesson is about finding that patience inside of you, finding that patience within yourself so that you are able to really find the success because of your patience, because of everything that you've been through, and because you're able to learn from this lesson and take it forward a notch higher. So that was your third lesson for your career growth. Let us see what your fourth lesson has to say. We have the magician, and we have creator alchemy. Some real magic is being created here. We have eclipse in Scorpio with regeneration. We have friendliness, control, and maturity. Wow, the exact same cards. I think you should, if you resonate with any other pile, maybe you should check out that pile as well, because that pile may have a message for you. I'm just wondering if I should tell you which pile it was or let your intuition guide you. If you have anything in mind, maybe check that out. If you don't, then that's fine too. But it was pile number 1. And if you feel drawn to pile number 1, maybe there's a lesson for you in that as well. Okay, so cosmic pile 3, you are the magician. You have all the sources you need to grow. It's just that you even know how to use them. You even know how to use all of these resources and be resourceful. Use all of these resources to really create that dream life that you want to live. So you need to stand firm with the ideas that you have, because right now I feel like there's a lot that's going on, because the eclipse energy has pushed you so far that you just feel like, oh, how do I do this? Because there's so much of energy that's going on around. You need to move through that and continue what you've already started to do. Continue what you've really started processing your mind to do. Right? Find people that you can really confide in. Find people that you feel can really help you with this situation here, and taking control of your own life. Because you have all the resources, you know how to use these resources. So take control and take that step forward. If you need some help, ask for that help, because you have people around you who have the understanding, who have that space to really understand you and also help you grow at the same time. Very genuine energy is what they have. So they will be able to help you. So remember to move through this and continue the work that you are doing today. Take control of your life is your fourth lesson for career growth. Now let us see what your fifth lesson is. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have Feed Your Artist. We have Enjoy Life with Music, Love and Romance with the Sun in Libra. We have Projections, and we have Moment to Moment. So what I'm receiving as your fifth lesson is to remain grounded at every moment in your life. With every step that you take, remember to ground yourself. And with the people that you meet, I feel like each one of them is reflecting a part of you to you. So take a look at that and see how that can help you and how that can guide you in order to move forward in order to take this a step forward, in order to see it from a different light. Bring music, love, and romance into your life to find that harmony within yourself. If you have been looking for love, or if that is something you've been thinking about, indulge in it a little bit. Your career is not everything, it is just a part of your life, as much as romance, love, and music and dance is. So feed that inner artist, ground yourself by finding that inner, unique balance. That was your fifth lesson for your career growth. So let us now just reflect upon all the 5 lessons for you, starting from releasing judgment and strong opinions to really integrate all opinions and see what works for you best. Second lesson for your career growth is to heal past emotions, to really see yourself grow in the now, especially with respect to communication. Your third lesson was to find celebration and not focus on external validation, even if you are getting it. Bring patience within yourself so that you can allow and enjoy the process of your growth. Your fourth lesson was to take control of your life, because you know how to be resourceful and use these resources to find yourself again. Your fifth lesson is to stay grounded at every point in your life, in every step that you take. Find a balance within yourself, not only with respect to career, but also with respect to love. If you want to dive deeper into your career path, or even your love life for that matter, you can always take a personal reading with me. That may guide you a lot in the journey that you are in today. It was lovely to read for you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. Sending you so much love and so much light as always. Namaste.